really sad to see what's happening to the gaming industry. So, for those of you who don't know, I'll tell you some things behind the scenes. Back in 2018, making a video game was extremely difficult. People would scan it with a fine-tooth comb for political correctness. And if you were caught adding anything bad in the video game, they would try to cancel you, they would try to dox you, they would try to find out who you are and ruin your life. And I know because many people from the AAA industry that jumped ship from their companies, they ended up going indies. And before they could even launch their game, they would have a hate campaign from Reset Era targeting them and making sure that they can't find artists to work with, that they can't find any job in the industry. And so the solution for many was to actually make an adult game. Why an adult game? Well, an adult game is kind of easy to make, right? Like the gameplay isn't that complex. And on top of that, it sells well, right? So you can make some money on the side. You do it with a pen name. You put some money on the side. And then when you have enough money from that, you actually make a real game. Like I know a lot of indie people that have made really good games that use this system, right? Because like the adult industry wasn't scrutinized. Like many people didn't look at it, didn't care about it. And it also didn't have any political correctness. Like you could literally do whatever. You had creative freedom. And so that worked up until recently, right? Now the adult industry is under scrutiny by the payment processors. And so many developers are really upset because this website, itch.io, served as two important functions in the ecosystem. Number one, it allowed people to launch their game. Like if you're a person that made an indie game and you just wanted to make a name for yourself, you just wanted to have something on the resume, maybe you wanted a AA company to hire you, and you're like, well, I made this game, what do you think? That was a good website. And the second thing, it was a repository of assets for other games. Like if you were making a video game and you require some music or you require some art, you could go on itch.io and you could buy it. And of course, like itch.io was kind of like the trash of the video gaming industry because a lot of the stuff there was shovelware. But it wasn't important for the consumer aspect, right? Like most people didn't go there in order to actually do serious shopping. It was really important for the developers, like for the upstarting people that wanted to get into the industry and just release a game as a proof of concept or a way to get themselves funded to make a real project. And so after the payment processors decided to bitch, itch.io has shadow banned, but delisted all of the hentai games, right? And all of the adult games. And this was done without warning. A lot of people have invested money into making these adult games. And, like they would understand if they were given like 1 or 2 months in advance or anything like that. But no, like one day it was fine. And the next day their games were delisted. And some games were even banned. And this is what really upsets people. The ones that did purchase those video games, they had them removed from the catalog as well. So like you paid money for a game and now they were taken away. I don't even know if that's legal or not, but I guess the owner of the website is banking on the fact that no one is going to sue over an adult game, right? Because it's embarrassing. So it's like, okay, well, who's going to complain if I do it? Now, the interesting thing is that a lot of people are blaming him for it. I don't know who the guy is, right? But I know it's a man. And like they're blaming him for doing this stuff. People are forgetting, like, he doesn't want to do this. Like, this is ruining his business. He probably got a mail, either from MasterCard or Visa, telling him to clean up the act. And he's got like 24 hours. Like, this is probably why he didn't give a notice, because that's how they do it. Like, they fearmonger you into submission. He's got 24 hours to decide whether he wants to keep payment processors running or he wants to risk losing the ability to make money, period. Because like a lot of people are saying, well, I'm never going to download something from itch.io again. It's like, okay, but you're not really threatening him, because the alternative is that even if you were to want to buy, you wouldn't be able to pay it. Right? Like if you lose Visa and MasterCard. Now, the counter argument is like, well, why not use Bitcoin? And it's like, okay, I mean, you can use Bitcoin, but the reality is not enough people use Bitcoin in order for your business to become sustainable. And you have Steam that also tried to use Bitcoin, but they said that the transfer fees were around $20. So like imagine you're selling an asset for like $5 with Bitcoin, and it costs $20 to make the transaction. Right? Like it's not whether or not they don't want to do it, because they would. Now, the good news, of course, is that when the adult industry is backed into a corner, and it has been in the past, people immediately find workarounds. The adult industry is actually an incredibly profitable market. It's a $1 billion industry. And so when people are backed into a corner, they immediately find alternatives, different ways of marketing, and so I generally think that this may actually be a good thing. A lot of individuals like don't appreciate what the adult industry has done, but like here's an example: live streaming services, right? Like places like Twitch exist, like live streaming itself exists because people were watching porn and they didn't like that when the lady's buttocks get smacked. There's like a 3-second delay until you hear the slap. And so the people that wanted this invested more money into technology to figure out how to properly sync video and audio. There's like a lot of inventions that actually exist because of people demand to cool. It is what it is. So now I definitely think that we're going to witness a lot of technology coming up from this stuff. I think like a lot of it is going to be chatbots and offline ran AIs. Like that's probably going to dominate the market. And you're also going to see probably like various other websites and hopefully even a payment processor. Elon Musk has said that he's actually interested in creating a payment processor. It's like XPay, I think it's going to be called. And I don't know if he's going to be successful or not, but if anyone can do it, it's him. And there's also a Brazilian payment processor, I understand. I think it's called Pix or something like that. And up until now, it didn't have a lot of support. But like if they're going to base with the adult industry to this level, yeah, I do think that Pix all of a sudden is going to become very popular. Despite the fact that Visa and MasterCard are constantly campaigning against it, despite the fact that they're trying to push. So yeah, now, what do I think will happen in the future? I think that itch.io is going to bring back the adult games, but in a very sanitized corporate version. Like only dating simulators, like nothing with an interesting story or, you know, anything like, let's say you want to make Game of Thrones. Well, you can't now because it's got incest and it's got other shit, right? So, I do think they're going to come back. I think they're going to lose a lot of trust due to this. They already had problems with trust issues because they weren't paying a lot of developers on time. So as a website, I don't know if they're going to do very well. However, what happens with the moral busybodies, right? Like, what is their next target? The people from Collective Screech, the cause says, like, what are they going to do next? I think they're going to go after Twitter. I think the Online Safety Act from UK is coming online on Friday. And they're going to see it as a golden opportunity to go after Elon Musk's AI and to put their cronies and to put their consultants into cushy positions at Twitter in order to do moderation. Like, this is a golden opportunity for them. So I think, like, this is going to be the next battle. This is going to be the next target. They're probably going to call the companion AI from Twitter to be childlike. They're probably going to complain that there's pornography on Twitter, even though you have to go out of your way to find it. They're going to make a big deal out of it. And so that's what I think they're going to be laser focused on. Take into account that they're like the payment processors, they're not really interested in the adult industry, right? What they are interested in is in control and the actual stuff that affects politicians, like hate speech, censoring political opposition, like that. That's what they're focused on. This is just a distraction. But it's an important distraction because this actually rallied groups of people from various communities, from various sides of the ideological lens, in order to say, well, yeah, we can see where this is going. We already experienced this in the past. We don't agree with it. We don't think that for-profit, unaccountable corporations should have a say into what is and isn't permissible online. I don't think, like, now art needs to be hyper-analyzed in every single video game, every single book. We need to start reading, like, what themes are there, what are you doing, right? And on top of that, the games that they initially targeted, video games like No Mercy and others, they barely had any people playing them. Like, they were video games that were removed from Steam, and they had, like 10, 20 people playing them. And that's the problem, right? Like, you can see that it's a grift. Like, there was, like, no national emergency. There was no reason for this hysteria. but the hysteria happened nonetheless. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you on my live stream. Take care.